At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness. Welcome everybody to another talk here with your health coach Sandro Torres. Today we're going to be talking about what complaints and blaming does for you. Let me begin saying that I have read the Bible 2 times already, the whole Bible, and this is the 3rd time I'm going to read it. Even though I try to understand that big book, it's difficult to understand. But I do read other books of more capable people who are able to understand and help me understand the Bible. A story of Moses that probably you hear about. There is actually the story is so long that it takes 5 books in the Bible. And I got very interested on that story when I hear Jim Rohn, who passed away, talking about the promised land and how the Israelites didn't make it. And the reason why they didn't make it is because they complain about everything and anything they could complain about. Let me start saying how the story begins. It begins when Moses asked the Pharaoh to let the Israelites free, and he didn't want to. And God have to intervene in many ways, but I'm not going to tell you the whole story, in many ways so they can let the Israelites go. And finally, they let them go, but then the Pharaoh changed his mind and they start going after the Israelites. So from day one, the Israelites start complaining. They complain about the leadership. They complained because they were afraid they're going to die in the deserts because the Egyptians were very close to catch him. They complain after they passed that, they complain about the bitter water. They couldn't drink the water. So Moses figured out, talked to God, and God figured out that he told them what to do to turn that water drinkable. And finally they drink water. They complain about being hungry. So God gave them manna, they gave them bread from the sky, and they ate. And then they complain again about being thirsty. Then they complain about entering the promised land because they needed to fight to get into the promised land. Then they complain that they have a physical leader, so they made themselves a calf, a golden calf, and that they make once they make that golden calf, they make that calf their god. And God finally got tired of the complaints and everything. And when that happened, God sent to kill around 15,000 Israelites. Then, when all these Israelites were dead, the rest got afraid and they started complaining, and they blamed Moses and Aaron, Moses' brother, for the kill. And when that happened, God said, "That's enough." I think that's what he said. I don't know exactly what he said. I'm only picturing God saying that's enough, and he decided to kill all the Israelites. And that's the story. Everybody got killed except Moses and Aaron and the family, and people who didn't went against God. I love that story because it teaches you a couple lessons. And the first one is that even God can take so many complaints. That's the first lesson. And the other reason why I like this story is because I tell the story to some of the members who love to complain. I tell them exactly what happened, and I tell them what I'm telling you, and I tell them that even God gets tired of the complaint. Some of our members, those that complain, when I tell them that, they get upset because I told them that. But they notice they are complainers, and I do ask them to record themselves so they can listen to themselves and see how often they do complain. Once they notice they're complainers, they do everything they can to start changing their head, their way of thinking. So let me tell you what happens when you complain. When you complain, you make things more difficult for yourself. When you make things more difficult for yourself, you might start giving up. You're not only giving up, but you also are suffering because you focusing in the negative things. Not only that, there is only one more thing that happens. When you complain, there is people who are fighting their negative thoughts, but they don't complain. They don't complain like you. They focus in on trying to fight those negative thoughts. Everybody, as a matter of fact, fight the negative thoughts, but there is some people that having a struggle fighting those negative thoughts, and there are people that are called positive because they have figured out to fight those negative thoughts. So when you start complaining, you start passing your negativity to the rest of the people, and the rest of the people don't want to be around you. You actually repelling these people away because they don't want to be around you, because they don't want you to pass that negativity. So keep that in mind. It's the only people that are gonna stay around you are the people who are negative like you. If you want to be with these people that are negative so they can support your negativity, just keep in mind that you're gonna be negative all the time, and you're not gonna be able to progress in life because you always gonna be giving up and suffering because you focusing in the negative things. Now, don't get me wrong. For example, myself, I don't like to be around negative people, but I don't give up. I go and talk to negative people when they ask for my help, such as our member. That's the reason why they're here, because they're paying me so I can help them achieve their goals. So I don't give up. I go and talk to them, and I make them see them how negative they are so they can change. However, if you don't put an effort to change, it comes to the point that the positive person, or the person who's trying to help you, it's gonna say that's enough. Think about the Israelites story. Even God got tired of the negativity of the Israelites. So the same, if God got tired, can you imagine a human being like us trying to help you? So you need to show that you want to get out of that negativity. You need to prove you want to get out of that negativity and do something to change your mind. Just keep in mind that just like you feeling that negativity and feeling that pain, feeling that discomfort, if you like to complain about how hot it is, how cold it is, how difficult it is, how heavy it is, how long you need to run, how that you repeating your exercise, that you've done that before, that whatever you can find the complaint about, it's too dry, it's too humid, whatever it is, everybody's feeling the same way you feeling. But they have changed the perception, and that's the reason why they don't complain. So if you want to get out of that negativity, I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to get that out of that negativity. And you can prove it to yourself, because you need to prove it to yourself that you need to get out of that negativity. And then other people's going to come and help you and rescue you and pull you away from that hole of negativity. But if you don't put that effort, nobody's going to come and save you. The motivation needs to come from you inside. Nobody in the outside is gonna come and do everything to try to pull you out there, because if you don't put that effort, it's not gonna happen. And like I said, we get tired to the point that we say that's enough, because that person doesn't seem like it wants to change. So here are my 3 tips for you to change that negativity. The first thing is take the challenge. Just do it. Forget about everything. Just take the challenge. And know, by you taking the challenge, next time that a similar challenge or a less difficult challenge comes around, you're gonna be strong enough to take that challenge, or take a challenge that is less challenging than the one that you're taking in the moment. Now, once you become stronger, that means that the next time you can step it up and do it better. So that's the first advice that I'm going to give you. Take the challenge. The second thing is be grateful. Be grateful. You need to wake up being grateful about everything. Doesn't matter if it's hard, if it's difficult, if the exercise you have done it, if it's too heavy, if it's too long, if you're getting tired, whatever it is. Be grateful that you are alive, that you have your hands, that you have your legs, that you have the possibility to exercise, that you have the possibility to become a better person. Think about greatness. Think about how thankful you are about thankful you are about everything that is happening in your life, and think about all the positive things that's happening. Don't think about the negative things, because that's not gonna help you, like I told you before. So that's my second tip. And the third tip is take responsibility. So by the end of the story of the Israelites, what happened is the Israelites blame Moses of God killing 15,000 of them, because according to the Israelites, he wasn't a good leader. Instead of them taking the blame for creating that calf golden God, instead of them taking responsibility for being such a complainers and don't take the challenge, they decide to blame Moses and Aaron. So instead of doing that, take responsibility. Once you take responsibility, there is nobody to blame. And the only thing that you're gonna figure out is that you need to take action, and the person responsible to do something about it, to improve your life, to improve somebody else's life, to improve the world, to improve your health, to improve your way of thinking, to improve whatever it is. It's gonna be in your hands. So those are my 3 tips. Hopefully you like this talk. Please share it with somebody. Hopefully, what I want to do with this talk, once again, is for you to understand the negativity is not going to help you. It's going to put you into the hole where things are going to be more difficult, where you're going to give up, and where you're going to be suffering, and you're going to find somebody to blame. Instead of that, I bet you want a better life. So become better and put those 3 things that I told you in practice, so you get out of that hole and other people come and help you once you want to get out of the hole. Thank you so much. This is your health coach, Sandro Torres, and I'm going to be tuning in the next talk.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed the content offered here, then I know you will enjoy these books. These are great tools to lead you to successful weight loss, better health, and greater happiness.